Epic versus Apple. This Monday, May 3rd, marked the start of the Epic versus Apple trial, but didn't start out smoothly. Fans of both parties, oh no, found the call-in number and interrupted the proceedings before the court got things under control. The call-ins were somewhat amusing, but they were disruptive. Please don't do that. One of the key arguments that Apple is making concerns Microsoft and Xbox. And when I say Xbox, there's a reason that I didn't get specific, because Xbox for Microsoft has become kind of a muddy term. Luke, what is Xbox?
It's like everything Microsoft does in regards to gaming.
Okay, so it's not a console anymore. It's not a store. It's not an, oh man, do they call
an application on your computer?
Yeah, it's not just an application on your computer. It's like...
It's not being able to play games through the cloud.
Yeah,
it's all of these things together.
It's all of it together. So anyway, one of the arguments that Apple's making is about Microsoft and Xbox. They're saying that macOS and Windows are both open desktop operating systems, while iOS and Xbox are closed, specialized operating systems, and they both feature a 70-30 revenue split on digital purchases. So therefore, because Microsoft is doing it, it cannot be evil and cannot violate antitrust law, so it must be okay for us to do it too. Okay, I made up that last bit. Epic's counter-argument. Xbox consoles are sold at a loss. Digital purchases are their only profit generator for the platform. Also, incidentally, Microsoft recently cut their take on games on the Microsoft Store to 12%, presumably as a response to competition in the market from the likes of, well, Epic Games. Epic argues that the iPhone is more like a PC than a specialized gaming console that is sold for the purposes of having people subscribe to gaming services and buy games to run on it. So the App Store business model should be more like the Microsoft Store, the Epic Games Store, or even Mac OS, where apps can be installed from anywhere. All right, pretty solid argument. I think we probably saw this one coming. Also, released court documents have revealed some interesting things. In 2011, Apple discussed reducing the App Store Apple tax. Phil Schiller, head of the App Store, emailed Eddie Q and Steve Jobs saying, once we are making over $1 billion a year in profit from the App Store, is that enough to then think about a model where we ratchet down from 70-30 to 75-25 or even 80-20 if we can maintain $1 billion a year run rate? You know what? I never knew that Phil Schiller was so cool. Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. $1 billion a year run rate? That seems pretty good. Maybe we could just like make a cool $1 billion a year and that'd be like chill, right? It's all good. We don't need more than $1 billion a year from, app developers.
Nope, yes. Not good enough.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Microsoft inadvertently got Shadow kicked from the App Store. They emailed Apple asking how Shadow could be in the App Store, but xCloud couldn't. And shortly afterwards, Shadow's iOS app was suddenly suspended. Shadow came back, but was suspended a year later in February 2021. Shadow says that Apple didn't understand that they stream a full Windows PC rather than a library of games. Luke,
I'm not surprised.
I find that... Hold on a second. I find that very difficult to believe because Apple's adjudicators and reviewers for the App Store are very, very well versed. No. They're very well versed in all the different subtleties of the differences in functionalities between apps. They're very thorough. They offer prompt communication.
They do offer fairly... If they don't need to do anything and they can just say no, they do tend to offer pretty prompt communication. If there's any actionable items, or they maybe need to say yes, or they need to actually do their jobs in any way, that could take a bit longer. But just saying no, screw off, that does tend to happen fairly quick.
In other news, Tim Sweeney thinks Epic Games Store will be profitable and make up 35 to 50% of the PC gaming market by 2024.
And there's a note on here that says LOL okay, but I would argue if they continue their hyper aggressive spend, to give away free games, he might be right.
Tell me something, Luke.
Yeah.
How many Epic Game Store games do you have installed right now?
None.
Okay. Ask me something, Luke.
But I don't think you
Yeah,
and
no,
I
go ahead and
are-
ask me. No, you have to ask me.
All right, Linus.
Yeah.
How many Epic Game Store games do you have installed?
Hold on, let me find out. I don't really know the answer. It's hard to tell because in order to check that, I would have to open the launcher, which I don't appear to have
Team
installed.
EVGA's in the chat. What's up, guys?
Who's in the chat?
Team EVGA.
Oh, sup, y'all? Your thing was yesterday, dog, or before that, or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Was it yesterday? All right. Yeah. Sorry. This week's been a blur, man. So I wish Mr. Sweeney luck with that. I don't necessarily think that it's going to play out exactly like that.
I think there is an extremely large amount of people who played Fortnite and therefore got used to the Epic Games launcher. I think there are an extremely large amount of people that still play Fortnite because it's still a very popular game. Not at its peak anymore, but it's still huge. And I think if they keep giving away stuff like GTA, Civ, all these like major titles that people play, if they keep pushing that, I think adoption is going to be really high. And
But
when
he
they
said
were
profitable and market share.
oh, did he say profitable?
Oh, he said both.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Now I understand why you were making the argument you were making.
Okay.
You were like, yeah, totally. They can buy 50% of like
That's
of Valve's business as long as they actually give it away. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
They could do that.
All right. Well, the combination of that's a little tough. Good luck. I don't know. He also said PC gaming market. Ugh, yeah. Eeh. All right.